worldwide at WPKYOnline.com. Gator and DT, talking football, sports, and life. Here's Gator and DT on WPKY.
Good morning to Gator and DT. I like that, Bill.
DT Gator, Gator DT.
They put the DT ahead of Gator today.
Yeah,
D before G, right?
That's right.
DT and Gator.
That's right. Age before beauty, I guess.
DT is looking very spunky today, Gator.
He really is. He's looking better and better each day. And I think he said he lost how many pounds now?
About 3. I lost a few more than that, but I feel better anyway.
185, huh?
That was my scales. I usually have them a little light.
It's a beautiful morning.
It is every day.
Here it is. I just heard the weather forecast. Bill just gave it. It's going to be 88 degrees on October the 5th. Unbelievable. Beautiful night for football. We've got senior night here at Caldwell County against the Trigg County Wildcats in the 139 Bowl. This was established back in, I believe, 2012, if I'm correct. And I think Caldwell County has held the trophy for 6 straight seasons, and we're looking forward to holding it for one more.
Exactly. We'll talk a little bit about Trigg County a little bit later if you want, but back when I was growing up, that was a big game for us as well. Trigg had some good players too.
You know, I saw in the paper this week it's the longest rivalry that is still intact on our schedule is Trigg County, Caldwell County, and it goes back to even the years when Butler was playing them. And I think Caldwell holds a pretty deciding advantage in the series, but it is always, a big rivalry. And we were talking to Bill before we came in here. He's called many of those games, of course, being the broadcaster for the Trigg County Wildcats back in the day.
Yeah, I remember the what did y'all call it, the lightning game or the storm? I called that at Tiger Stadium. I thought for sure we might have some flat tires when we came out, but
I know Coach Barnes, who has joined us in here.
We left unharmed.
He can relate back to that game.
We stole that game. I'm not going to lie. Trigg County stole that game. We just got ahead, and then the weather rolled in because I'm confident if Caldwell would have rolled back out, I don't think that was a night we could have very much defense for Caldwell County.
No, and it was a very memorable night, wasn't it, Coach Barnes?
Yes.
What year was that?
2012.
2012.
Yeah. It was a good year. That was year we won state championship.
That's right.
Yeah, so it worked out.
It worked out for the best for the Caldwell County Tigers. Before we get into talking about that, Bill had mentioned Kim Farmer has given me some information on a fundraiser for her Caldwell County tennis team, and it's going to be held. It's a cornhole tournament up here at the Butler campus. It's going to be held on Saturday, October 20th, and registration is going to be at 9 a.m. The cornhole tournament begins at 10 a.m., and the entry fee is $25 per person. And cash prizes for first, second, and third place will be awarded. And it's an all-ages tournament. So anyone, I guess, ever how old, all the way up, there's no age limit on any of it. So
never too old to cornhole.
Never too old to cornhole. And it's a good fundraiser to help the tennis team out. And contact her. You can contact Kim at area code 270-625-0516, or you can call her at the high school. So Saturday, October 20th, we want as many as you that possible come out and help the tennis team.
Let me give a couple shout-outs, Gator. One of them, Raymond Janina, he's helps Kim. And Raymond and I grew up together, and he's been a real good friend of mine all these years. So he texted me the other day, and I just want to thank him for that. I went down and got my taxes paid on my car yesterday. I've been out running a little bit. Don't get too tired too quick, but give a shout-out to my ladies down at the courthouse, all of them. But the lady that's my age, the old lady, wasn't there, Tony. So, but the rest of them were, and I had them all in school, and that shows how old I am. But them, we go with Jamie Palm again on his donuts, and we want to thank everybody else that listens and comes by here and honks and he didn't know what was going on when I was waving. He thought I had the ticks last week when somebody
Yeah, I
come
didn't
by.
want to say anything, but I thought you had a nervous twitch, DT.
I was waving at everybody coming by, and he kept looking at me like I was crazy. So, anyway, but thanks to everybody and my working buddy Kenny Maloney. He's not fired me yet. Here's a honker right there. But anyway, I'll be there with you for too long, Kenny. I appreciate you, buddy.
And there went your brother-in-law, Brother Rick Lewis.
Was it?
Yeah, he just waved at us.
Rick was waving, but he probably wasn't listening.
We have a parade of listeners that just drive by and honk at us.
They want to wait till we mess up. That's all.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. We do that plenty of times, so we're used to it. A lot going on in the sports world, not just here in Caldwell County, but this is a busy time of the year. Everything seems like it's in full swing. We've started the baseball playoffs. Of course, I want to give a shout-out to Bruce McAllister, big Milwaukee Brewers fan. They come from behind last night. Well, started yesterday afternoon, ended last night in a 10-inning contest against the Colorado Rockies, who defeated your team, Bill, earlier in the week. 3-2, a great game, and my Los Angeles Dodgers came up with a big win last night, 6-0 over the Atlanta Braves. So today you got a full slate of baseball. The American League starts their divisional playoffs. You got Boston and the New York Yankees, and I didn't know until this morning they have not played in the playoffs since 2004, and that was when the Yankees were up 3-0, and Boston came back to win 4-3. It's exciting time of the year, especially baseball. I know they said baseball attendance has been down and so forth this year, but it always picks up this time of the year here in October. And of course, basketball has started. NBA is in full swing of their preseason, and NHL has started. We got college football and the Kentucky Wildcats. What do you think about them?
As far as Kentucky Wildcats go, I've never cared for Kentucky that much, and I know people don't like that, but I tell you what, they got it going this year, and I don't know how strong the whole league is. We'll find out this week. Texas A&M's pretty good, I think.
They
and
are.
Evidently Kentucky's as good or better. So, and I'm very much impressed with their defense and their offensive line. The quarterback that came in, I believe he's made a big difference. And, of course, the running backs, both of them.
Snell, yeah.
Snell and number 10, whatever his name is.
The website, am I correct, Bill, on what?
You need to make shirts, Gator, yeah.
Yeah.
Snell, I tell you what, anybody could run that ball like he does in SEC.
Benny Snell. Of course, I know a lot of them are comparing him to the running back for the Cowboys back years ago. To me, he looks like
Emmitt Smith.
And, to me, he reminds me a lot of Franco Harris when he played for the Steelers. And, he's an outstanding running back.
Only difference is Franco never said a word, and this boy runs his mouth all the time.
Well, he likes to talk, but, so far he's backed it up. And they have a big challenge, come tomorrow down at Texas A&M in College Station. And I think this is really the game that can either get them over the hump or, if there's still some question within.
Where is this game? At College Station?
It's at College Station, Texas.
It'll be a test, that's for sure.
And it's going to be a huge test for them. And but I tell you what, I've been very impressed with Kentucky's offensive line and defensive line play.
You're right.
And
that's what you got to have in the SEC
and
to make it count.
They've got those caliber of players now that in the same talk with Auburn and Alabama and some of your Georgias and, but again, you got to go on the road, and it's not easy in the SEC going on the road and winning in someone else's house. And, of course, they went on the road down to Florida and picked up that big win. So
that was a great big win. And the one on South Carolina was big, too. I mean, they've done well. We can't say anything bad about them. That's for sure.
It should be just a great football game, and I think they're on at 6 p.m. on ESPN. So they've got the primetime game, I guess, on ESPN come Saturday night. So I know everyone will be tuning into it, and we want to wish them the best of luck. On the other college scenes, Murray State picked up a big win last week. Their first win in the OVC. They came on and beat a good UT Martin team, and I think they had a pretty comfortable lead on them until late in the game, and UT Martin kind of threw a scare into them. But they go on the road this week and play at Eastern Illinois, and that should be another good football game here with local interest. And Western Kentucky is off this week. What a disappointing loss they had last week.
Yes, I tell you what, they've had 2 or 3 like that. Three losses right at the last.
Right in the very last minute of the game. And I told you, I guess on Sunday, I was listening to that game, and our friend Leo Peckinpah was at the helm on the radio for the Hilltoppers, and it looked like we were going to go in and score with under a minute to go in the ball game. Western had the ball inside the 10-yard line of Marshall, and quarterback drops back, got stripped of the ball, and they recover it, and game was over. So they had a chance to tie it with a field goal and win with a touchdown, and it just kind of backfired on the Hilltoppers once again.
Yeah.
Tony came back and beat Lane Kiffin. They were down, came back with 35 seconds and scored and went for 2 and won the ball game last Saturday.
That's right. Middle Tennessee. I saw that.
Yeah, Bobby came by, but I didn't talk to him about that.
I think they were behind 20-3 at one time.
It was they were down 24-17, and with 35 seconds to go, they scored to go up to tie it, and be down 1 for 2, and won the ball game 25-24.
Great win for Middle Tennessee, and they go to Marshall, I believe.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow or tonight?
It may be tonight.
I think it might be tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So that should be another outstanding game. So got college football, we got pro football. Tom Brady, what a performance by him last night.
My boy was happy. He started him in his fantasy league this week, so he's got Gronk and Brady, so he was a happy boy.
I bet. And Gronk, of course, has been injured, I believe, and but he was able to play last night. And New England comes up with another big win. Of course, Indianapolis, poor coach, they've got just a long list of injuries, it looks like, and they're struggling a little bit, but another good game.
Just like you said on the Western game, though, they're on the 3-yard line?
I believe it was inside the 5.
And
with under a minute to go.
Quarterback got stripped or whatever.
Yeah.
See, I don't want David to slap me, but that's where I think they ought to be under at center, 3 yards. If they got first and goal, they'd be running the quarterback sneak about 3 times.
There's been several of us, and of course Kentucky does this too, but they get in the wildcat when they get down on.
You know what? They can do that. I don't understand. If somebody got in the wildcat and had Benny Snell, he's not going to throw it. I believe I'd put as many as I could right there on him. I don't understand it.
I've just been wondering if he can throw it, just a little jump pass or something.
They might be saving it for the big play.
They might be saving it for the Aggies come Saturday night, but
I'm sure he can.
Yeah, but that's something that we old timers look at. Yeah. We look at that. Get under that center. Quarterback sneak. Tom Brady last night got down on the 1-yard line, and of course I thought they got in to play before it.
He did. You're right. The ball did cross the line,
but they never reviewed it.
No.
And of course Belichick sent him straight to the line, and then of course Brady's 6'5" or 6'6", I guess, and he just throws that ball across the line.
I tell you what, though, they popped him pretty good too.
They did.
He could have got hurt, but they made it.
Well, we've killed a little bit of time here, Bill, and we're going to need to take a break. We've got some guests with us here in studio, it being senior night at Caldwell County. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Seasons come and seasons go, but something that can remain the same is reliability. And here at McGregor Group Heating and Air, reliability and honesty are a few of our top priorities. So if you're looking for heating and air service, give us a call at 270-896-5044 or come visit us at 960 Varmint Trace Road here in Princeton. We're the company that you can take
Hello,
comfort in.
this is Dorsey Ridley. My roots in Western Kentucky run deep. It's where I learned the importance of helping your neighbor, whether it's fixing a road or standing with teachers or other workers in the halls of Frankfort. I've always had your interest in mind. Together, we can continue to improve the quality of life for all Kentuckians. I humbly ask for you to vote for me, Dorsey Ridley, on November the 6th so I can keep fighting for quality education and good jobs. Paid for by Dorsey Ridley for State Senate.
What does your morning sound like?
Morning, Al.
Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Hi, Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
About customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them, so shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions, right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions. Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
McDonald's presents Bad Luck Brian.
A while back, my yearbook photo went viral and I became the face of bad luck. The internet made millions of memes about me. Like saying I'm an only child, but still not the favorite.
He's about to play the new Trick Treat Win game.
All right, I want a free Egg McMuffin.
If he's lucky enough to win, you're lucky enough to win. Hurry in and play Trick Treat Win. With 1 in 4 odds of winning instantly, you won't need luck. No purchase necessary. Ends October 31st. 50 U.S. and D.C. 13 and older. Rules at participating McDonald's. Mostly food prizes.
At Caldwell Medical Associates, we believe our surgical services are truly exceptional. Our highly trained surgeon, Dr. Sue Petty, along with a team of skilled nurses and technicians, provide years of experience in a wide range of procedures, including outpatient, laparoscopic, and general surgery. Let us be your partner for better quality health care right here at home. To make an appointment, contact Caldwell Medical Associates at 270-365-0332. That's 270-365-0332.
Back here at the DT and Gator show.
Now you got it right.
Did I pronounce it right?
You got it right.
At 103.3 FM, the Tiger. Let's talk about tonight's game. We've got the Trigg County Wildcats coming to town, and, you know, anytime Caldwell County and Trigg County get together, throw out the record books.
Yes, sir.
And throw out, you know, I know they've got probably a little better team than they've had in the past few years, right. And they've always had great athletes play for them. And I was looking at some of their players that they had in some familiar names. Grubbs.
Is it really?
There's some Grubbs. Yeah, and Bridges. I thought I saw Bridges
Seriously?
On the team, and you know, those are some teams or names of the past that we had.
They got any Radfords?
With. You know, I didn't see any Radfords right off the top of, you know, looking at it, but those were just a few that I saw on there.
I see guys that I played with at Western was Keith Larkins and Selby Grubbs and
Jimmy Mathis.
Jimmy Mathis, yeah, Jimmy. That's right.
And Marty Jaggers.
Marty.
Of course, we got the Jaggers.
Yeah.
Now. And
they're covering 2 counties.
Right. We've had Brian and you know, so we've got our Jaggers.
Yeah, and Johnny coached over there.
That's right. Johnny coached, and of course Joe Kelly being from here.
Yeah.
Longtime coach at Trigg County, won 2 state championship.
Right.
there at Trigg, and I know they'll probably be out in large numbers tonight.
Oh yeah,
watching Joby play tonight,
That's right.
especially, and he's had just an outstanding season so far for us, and as well as all of our Tigers. And I mentioned earlier we've got a few here in the studio we're going to bring in here a little later, and some of these seniors to talk about senior night. But Coach Barnes, give us a little scouting report on Trigg County.
Just a little.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away anything.
Offense, it starts with the quarterback, number 2. He's the same kid that played at quarterback last year. He's a very good athlete, runs the ball. He's going to carry the ball probably 15, 18 times. And he does a pretty good job throwing the football. To me, probably one of the better players is the 13. I think he was number 5 last year. Jacoby. Anyway, maybe the Grubbs kid.
I think it was Grubbs. That's one I was reading about.
He plays DB for him, and he's also like a receiver, but they'll bring him in and put him in a lot of spots to try to get him in football.
Sophomore? Or junior?
Junior.
Yes. That's.
They'll put him in a Wildcat set, and they do a lot of things with him. But I was impressed with them up front. They do a very good job coming off the ball. And defensively, they've kind of gone back to, years ago when Curtis Higgins was there. They ran a lot of that man zero coverage and blah blah blitzing. So there's not that same male defense, but very similar. That they're going to bring some pressure. They're going to bring linebackers. They're going to be a lot of zero coverage probably, and which we want to do a good job of up front.
Getting away from the game real quick, those guys back in my time, and we had them last year, Jim Wallace and George Radford on the show. There's some awful good people over there. Old Siggy, he was there forever.
Gary Sigmund, and of course Dixie Jones.
Well, yeah, Dixie is a year younger than me.
Dixie still coaching their defense.
Yeah, Dixie's still there.
I'm surprised that he would line up in a defense. He was so true to the 5-2.
He's going to be in a 3-man front, but he's going to bring more pressure than what Dixie normally does, or always seen on film.
Well, it sounds like that, they're a much improved team. Some of the common opponents that we've had, I know they've played Crittenden County, and of course last week Paducah Tillman. And, it seems like we, match up pretty well against them.
Crittenden County, you watch that film, Crittenden got after them from the start, and Crittenden's got a very good football team.
Yes, they do.
And they did they beat, I don't remember whether they beat them pretty good. But then Trigg County came back and won some games, and they played Tillman last week. But I think at halftime it was like 28-27 against Tillman. So we're facing a very good football team tonight. It's got a lot of skilled kids, and they got a lot of kids to get after it.
Dave, when I watched Crittenden play us, I was very impressed with them. I really thought they had good people at almost every position. Now, they didn't have a lot of depth, and they reminded me so much of your team that won the state, because you didn't have any depth.
No, we
but
didn't. You
had somebody that could fill in every spot, and luckily you didn't get anybody hurt.
We got a couple hurt, but it was in a position where we
fill
had
them in.
We could, yes, and but the key players like up front,
Right.
we didn't have any depth.
Zach Barnes came in there and took that linebacker spot and had a heck of a game in that state championship game.
He did, and even you mentioned Crittenden. They jumped all over Union County as well. And, of course, last week we had a little struggle with Union County, especially in the early going.
They weren't bad.
We were behind at halftime, 14-7. What did you say to them at halftime?
It was more what I've been in it long enough to know sometimes you need to kind of lay back a little bit. And some of my coaches, they got into them pretty good, defensively especially. Basically, I just challenged them. I said, look, we got another half of football. It's 14-7. I said, the thing that I really didn't like was we tucked our heads. We got down when we tucked our heads and started pointing fingers. And, I said, we got a good football team, and we want to see what we're made of this second half. And, fortunately, we went out and we scored 5 times. And that's what we're capable of doing. And just, we didn't warm up. As soon as we warmed up, you've been in it long enough. You can watch it warm up. Whether you're ready to play or not. And Will looked at me and said, Dad, we're not ready. And, hopefully we get that straightened out.
Well, also, you guys are pretty good at wearing people out the first half. we might not have been ahead, but when we came out the second half, it looked like you all they were a little tired.
Yeah.
You know, you all worked on them pretty good.
And, you know, don't take anything away from Union County. I thought Union County had a pretty good football team.
They did.
And especially that one little guy that caught the ball across over on the side and ran it all the way across the other side of the field and scored the touchdown.
That right there, I don't know how much y'all saw that, but that stuff that makes you sick. Because we you know, pursuit wasn't there. We had kids that just stood. You know, we had one kid made the hit on him and didn't wrap up, and we got guys standing and watching, and that's the kind of, you know, that makes you go bald-headed right there.
Watch it now. I had a lot of those.
Especially right before the half. I mean, and it gives them the momentum going in at halftime. And, but we came out in the second half and really took the fight to them and, you know, wound up winning pretty comfortably.
Right.
And we had to, you know, Tate was out that game, and, you know, Shears was out. And Russ, he'd just come off a big game. You know, he did a really good job for us. And so we had those two kids out, which, you know, but the two kids we put in there for them, I thought they did a good job.
They did a good job. They did.
My next question was going to be, what is our injury situation, and is everyone going to be healthy tonight?
Well, yesterday was the first day Tate's had a helmet on, so he's had no contact at all in the last week or so. So I don't know about him tonight. He's still got some issues with that ear, and Russ practiced pretty good this week, so pretty sure that Russ will go tonight.
Well, Tate's poor thing. His helmet on that head. He got a head like a house cat, like his daddy. I don't know if he can get that helmet on tonight or not.
If he gets it on, he better keep it on, and not take it off. That's going to be the challenge right there. But well, we hope that both of those kids are back.
And then our kicker had a concussion last night, I think, in the soccer game. So.
Oh my goodness.
So I think we'll probably have to go with the Violette kid tonight, most likely.
And he's really come on. We were talking last week. Of course, we had Jake Pepper come in and talk about special teams play, and that's been one area that we've really improved upon since early in the season. Has been our special teams play.
And our kickoff coverage was horrible.
we bragged on it, and then it backfired.
It was horrible.
Well, tonight is another night, and of course we're getting ready for the playoffs, and you know, we're in good position right now. I think from the projection that Todd had in the paper this week, right now, if everything turns out the way we look at it, we win tonight and win next week, then we'll be the number one seed here at home, and it looks like we're probably going to get Edmonson County.
I don't look at far ahead. No. But I do know that if we win tonight, that gives us the district championship tonight. So, you know, what I really focus on our kids is, you know, we can take care of business tonight and not worry about somebody else having to do something to help us win this thing, and we can solidify the district championship tonight if we go out and get a win.
I just, I don't see how Tate can get a helmet on if that ear is bothering him anyway, but I just had a man text me and want to know if there's any way you could get him a Shud helmet instead of a Rydell helmet.
Well, Tate's next door neighbors.
You can take out those Shud ear pads. You know, they just snap in. Ours inflate.
You know who that was, don't you? Your buddy.
Not Will Brown.
No, it wasn't him.
Tate's got a pretty good relationship with that Rydell guy. So.
Yeah, he does.
Will's got too much free time on his hands if he's sitting to him and Bruce both sitting here listening to us, but that's okay. That's why we do this show, so give him a break on Friday mornings.
Bruce is looking for trunks, and Willie's getting the lunch ready. Don't worry about it. They're both working. They're both working.
Coach, tonight's a big night. We honor 21 seniors, I believe, and the festivities start. Will Brown, the festivities start at 6:30, correct?
Yeah, that's 6:30 before the game, yeah.
So we want to, again, encourage everyone to come out like they did last week for homecoming and get there early, 6:30. It may take a little while because when you got 21 young men to recognize and their parents and families, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, you know, plus we got one senior manager, so it's 22 seniors that we got involved in. I told our
Is Earl finally a senior this year?
He's a senior every year, I think.
There you go.
I told our kids yesterday, you know, I think this is the biggest class, senior class, since I've been here that we graduated. And you look at our junior class, we only got 5 players. So, you know, this group has stayed together, and that's something that they can be proud of. And I'm proud of them for sticking together. And, you know, to have 21 seniors at our school, that's pretty, I don't know how many y'all ever had, but I was at Davis, Kansas 6A school, and we never had 21 seniors, very seldom.
Right. That's great. I don't know.
And they're all good kids, and most of them have, you know, had a lot of playing time, and we got 4 of them here today, and it's a great group of kids. And you know, I told them yesterday, I said, you don't understand, senior night is a thing that you'll never forget. And you know, as a parent or as a player, and all of us have been through that deal, and it's not fun, but you know, the good thing is we take care of business. We'll be home for 2 more.
You sure hate to lose them, but you've had them all this time, so you know they're ready to move on, and you've got to move on too.
That's right, and that's the good thing about coaching football is the relationships you build with these kids. And well, what I like is when they come back 10 years later and they still got that respect for you, and it really means something.
You're exactly right.
Well, it's a big night, and as you mentioned, you brought 4 of your seniors with you today, this morning, and we're going to hear from them here in just a few moments. We're going to take another break here and bring our 4 seniors in here and talk a little bit more about senior night.
You know, it's hard to pick out the 4 that, you know.
You got 21. It's hard to.
I looked at their schedule, and I got some of them taking a college math class. I didn't want to pull them out of that.
No.
And you know,
I couldn't have helped them with that.
And next week, let's bring the rest of them in since you're off. If you're not practicing at 8 o'clock, we hadn't talked much about fall break, but you're out of school the whole week next week.
We're going to stay on a regular schedule.
They probably won't be up at 8 o'clock.
So hopefully we'll talk to these 4 this morning, and next week we'll bring in some more. So we want to give them all their time on the air. Let's take a break, Bill, and we'll be right back.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them, so shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions, right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions. Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, equal housing insurer.
McDonald's presents Bad Luck Brian.
A while back, my yearbook photo went viral, and I became the face of bad luck. The internet made millions of memes about me, like saying I'm an only child, but still not the favorite.
He's about to play the new Trick Treat Win game.
All right, I want a free Egg McMuffin.
If he's lucky enough to win, you're lucky enough to win. Hurry in and play Trick Treat Win. With 1 in 4 odds of winning instantly, you won't need luck. No purchase necessary. Ends October 31st. 50 U.S. and D.C. 13 and older. Rules at participating McDonald's. Mostly food prizes.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Sunny today, we'll have a high around 88. Partly cloudy this evening, 69 for the overnight low on a football Friday. And then a small chance for a shower in the afternoon Saturday, a high of 88. Sunshine Sunday with a high of 88. And Columbus Day Monday looks great too. Lots of sun, a high of 88. Again today, sunshine, 88 for your high.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Wallace Towing.
With school now underway, do you know if your child is up to date with the new vaccination laws? It is mandatory all children, preschool through high school, be vaccinated against hepatitis A. Students age 16 and older need a booster dose of meningococcal vaccine. Kentucky is facing an outbreak of hepatitis A, and vaccination is the best protection against the disease. The Caldwell County Health Department offers a wide variety of vaccinations to keep the infants, children, and adults protected. So call the Health Department today at 270-365-6571 to schedule an appointment to discuss what vaccines that you need to stay healthy.
A taste of the Orient and authentic Chinese food awaits you at the Great Wall Chinese Restaurant in Princeton. Enjoy the lunch buffet Monday through Saturday, 11 to 3:30, and the dinner buffet from 3:30 to 9. Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the seafood buffet featuring onion shrimp and frog legs. Be sure to ask for your coupon card. Buy 9 buffets and get 1 free. Dine in or carry out at the Great Wall. Open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Located in the Princeton Plaza off Highway 62, West Princeton.
Sundays on WPKY The Tiger, you're invited to enjoy the Sunday Singing. Hello, I'm Ken Cummins.
I am Eddie Boone.
Your host for the Sunday Singing, presented on the first Sunday by Eddy Creek Baptist Church, the second, Cedar Bluff Baptist Church, third, Lebanon Baptist Church, fourth by Charity Baptist, and the fifth Sundays by the Caldwell Lion Baptist Association. The Sunday Singing at 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger.
Back here with the DT and Gator Show. We've been joined in studio by 4 outstanding seniors here that play for the Caldwell County Tigers. To my left, we have Mr. Oliver Parker, outstanding, split end. Mr. Terrell Riley, Mr. All-Purpose Terrell Riley, defensive back, receiver, running back, returner. Jameer Riley. Do you ever come off the field, Jameer? Sometimes. Not very often. Just an outstanding player for us. And Mr. Travis Newsom. We know Travis, having Casey, his dad, in class, and his mother, Kelly, back years ago. He's done a great job for us on both sides of the ball as well. Welcome, guys, to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Now, y'all got to do some talking.
You got to ask him a question.
Okay. The question is, Mr. Oliver, tell us what you think about tonight's game.
That's a tough one, Oliver.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting game. I feel like we're going to have a lot of success tonight. We're going to, come out ready to play like we usually do, and we're just going to take care of business.
Sounds good to me. I hope all of you are ready to go. Trail, what do you think? What about tonight? Are you playing offense and defense starting both times?
Yes, sir. I'll be playing both sides of the ball. It's going to be very intense tonight. It's a big rivalry game, so yes, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, you guys run at Trig every now and then, don't you?
Yes, sir.
I thought you did. But yeah, as far as them throwing the ball, do they throw that much?
Yes, sir, they do.
I know I haven't watched the films or anything, but
they roll out quite a bit.
So they roll most of the time when they throw? That's a good deal. So anyway, Jameer, what about yourself? As far as you linebacking, or are you in the back, deep backs, or what are you doing? A little bit all over?
I'm playing DB tonight, but I feel like it's going to be an exciting game, like they said. Senior night, big night for us. And like Coach said, it's 21 seniors. We've been keeping together since we were little, so it's going to be a big night for us.
Offensively, what are we doing offensively?
Just preparing like
just doing like running the same stuff we usually do. It's hard to take away stuff that you can score on, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Travis, you get to say the same thing if you want to. But anyway, we've watched all you guys, Gator and I have, for all 4 years, and you've done a great job, all of you. I've been impressed with every one of you. And Casey, you for especially your toughness. I've seen what I say, Travis. I'm sorry. Well, they don't mind. But anyway,
I've been called worse, hadn't you, Travis?
Yes, sir.
But anyway, I was very impressed with you, buddy. Not that I wasn't from all these guys too, because Oliver did a super job, and these other 2 young men have been doing it for a long time. But I was very impressed with your work ethic, and when you catch the ball, you don't take no crap off nobody. You go ahead and lower that head and get after it. You'd probably be getting a penalty in the NFL. When you go, I don't understand. They're going to try to take football out of the game, I think. Anyway, we were awful proud to have all of you here. What do you feel like you're going to have to? Are you going to try to run certain routes, or what we got set up for a game plan? Or you never know with him calling them, I guess.
That's true. You never know what he's going to come out and do. But yeah, we're just going to come out and do what we usually do, and just show Trig what Caldwell County football is about.
Good deal. That's what we always tried to do. Sometimes we didn't make it that far, but have at them.
Well, hey, it's a big night, senior night. 21 of you playing your last regular season home game, which we want, to extend the season as far as we can and play as many. We know if we continue winning, we're guaranteed at least 2 home games, additional. When you set your goals for this season, what was your number 1 goal?
State. Make it to the state championship and win it. Take care of business the whole season.
Terrell?
My goal was to go 15-0 with a state championship, but obviously we lost a couple games, so and we learn from those games. So now we're a better team. Yes, sir.
My goal is just to win state. Like, that's always been our goal since we were little, just talking about it. And when we were in middle school, we told each other we were going to go to state. And we did as 8th graders. And then hopefully we can do it our senior year, last ride.
Yeah, we want to all get closer together as a team, as a family, to come together and to show everybody what we could do, show them how far we really can go.
Well, I can honestly say that probably one of the biggest turning points of this season, of course, I think we lost 2 early games.
Yes, sir.
And the Henderson County game had to be probably the turning point thus far this season to give you guys confidence, because they had a really good football team, good 6A school coming in here, and we really took the fight to them.
Yes, sir.
And I saw you guys come together that night that I hadn't seen in the previous 3 or 4 ball games prior to that. What clicked? What made you click?
I just think from those first 2 losses we learned, and we had been practicing pretty well. We decided that, it was time to step up after those 2 losses and show everybody what we were really about and how good we really are. And, we've just been having fun ever since we were little. It's just, that's how it goes.
Well, I really think that we needed those 2 losses at the beginning of the season to humble us, because we were kind of big heads at the beginning of the season because we returned the whole offense. But we needed those 2 losses, and now we're a good football team now. We're better than we was.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
like you said, we needed those 2 losses because, honestly, I thought we were going to go 15-0. But them 2 losses humbled us, and we've been kicking butt ever since.
We loosened up. Like, we was tight coming out the first couple games, but now we just go out, we have fun. We're high-fiving, we're running around, jumping around. We're having fun, and we're winning while we're doing it.
We coached for a long time, and our early games too weren't as they weren't district games. But I tell you what, with the schedule you guys play, when you just get beat by Christian County, what was it, 2 or 3 or 4 points at the most, and the game could have been ours all along. And then who else beat them? Hoptown.
Hoptown.
And they shouldn't have won. So. You could have been undefeated, but then again, like you said, though, I believe it humbled you a little bit and made you come on a little stronger. That's good. You hate losses.
I hate them.
But, after they're over and you keep moving and your district is going well,
learn from them.
It makes a big difference. And you got something you can always go back on and say, look, we don't want to do this. If you'd have won the game, you'd have said, well, we're pretty good, so we'll move on. But you all are in the right spot right now. You've got Trigg tonight, and then who is it, Fort Campbell?
Fort Campbell next week, and then they end with...
have an open date, maybe? Is that right? And then you go play Mayfield, and that'll be a good test, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that'll only get you better for where you got to go when you move on up after your playoff game. When you start playing, that's always tough. So, and I'm sure...
I like playing them. That's how I like playing Mayfield, because it gets us ready for playoffs.
They're always good, I tell you.
Well, let me tell you, you guys have played a very challenging schedule, and it's only made you a better football team. And it's like you said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yes, sir.
And you guys have gotten better each and every week, and you got to continue. I'm trying to coach again. There I go. But, you got to take it one game at a time. One game, one step at a time. And, of course, tonight's a big game, big rivalry game against Trigg County, 139 Bowl. And I know you guys probably have some pretty close friends over at Trigg.
Yes, sir. That's why it's always fun playing them, because we get to talk crap to our friends after.
Jacoby Bridges and Kyron Grubbs.
There you go. Talk about them a little bit.
Well,
this is y'all's show.
Good athletes, but we got good athletes also. And all we got to do is just play Cole County ball, and that's all we got to do at the end of the day.
What was the Bridges guy's name played when we were coaching?
Greg Bridges. Greg Bridges, and
of course, Selby Grubbs was the one who played with me years ago. He might be that boy's granddaddy again.
There's been a ton of Mark Grubbs. There's been a bunch of Grubbses and Bridgeses and Radfords.
I don't know if they even have
Wirtz. Big Kenny Wirtz. I remember him, man. He was a monster of a man back in the day. But they've had some really good football players come out of Trigg County. And, of course, anytime when Caldwell and Trigg get together, you can throw the record books out. Even though they hadn't, fared as well as we have against some of the common opponents.
Yes, sir.
We can't take anyone lightly, and I know you guys are mature enough, and your whole senior class is. I know you four are representing the other 17 that aren't here, but we have seen a lot of progress out of you, and hey, that goal is still within reach.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're just trying to get state, baby.
There you go.
What I like about you guys is when you get down, you always seem to come back. And we've coached a lot of places a lot of times, and of course we didn't have the offense you all have, but it's pretty tough when you get down 1 or 2 touchdowns to, keep coming back. But you all seem to have the go get them to do it, and that's what I like about it.
Sure. That's like Coach, he always preaches us, because like the way our offense is set up, like we go fast.
That's right.
It's programmed to be able to come back from 2 and 3 touchdowns in a game.
Well, you've done it. That's all I can tell you. They do a great job. I've seen some tremendous catches.
Oh, yeah.
From our white boys and our black men.
I'm
telling you, that's the way it goes. You're a team, it doesn't matter, so that's wonderful.
And I was, talking to Oliver earlier. His family's going to be featured this weekend on KET about Little Bush Stadium out there. Tell us a little bit about that, Oliver.
I didn't
You're
even,
a wiffle ball king.
I didn't even know about it till just like when you told me. My dad doesn't talk about that stuff much to me.
Well,
he just focuses on it himself.
There you go. There you go.
Well, it's bringing notoriety to Princeton and Caldwell County, and I even heard them talking about it on WHOP about being featured, and we're proud to have you and all you seniors here today, and anytime we can get publicity to help out our community and all, it's always about giving back. And you guys have given us your all, and we want a great crowd tonight. We need a great crowd. And of course, Trigg County, we've had some really good home games.
Yes, sir. That's all I always can say about Caldwell. They always love football. It's always a football community.
You're right.
They come out to all the sports, but football, that's Caldwell County.
You're exactly right.
They come in large numbers, and Trigg County follows well too,
Yes,
so
sir.
they'll bring a big crowd over here. And the home games that we've had this year, I think we've had Hopkinsville, Henderson County, Crittenden County,
Yes,
last week Union County, and now Trigg County, and that's a pretty good home slate. And Coach Barnes, would you like to comment on these 4 seniors we brought in here this morning?
Don't say anything bad.
It's been an honor to coach these guys. They've been a good group of kids, for 4 years. Most of them been with us for 4 years, and to have 21. We said this a while ago. To have 21 seniors on our football team is big. Usually you have 14 or 15. Our junior class, we said it was 5, so these guys, like I said, have stayed together. I read an article yesterday in Paducah paper on Mayfield, the running back at Mayfield. He was the player of the week, and he said the biggest thing to him, those guys have been playing together since 3rd grade, and that says a lot. You build relationships with each other, you care about each other. To me, football, to be successful, you got to be a family.
Yes.
And that's what these guys are. They're a family, and they've been a great group of coach. And you hate, DT said a while ago, you hate to see seniors go, but they got to go. You got to let them go. But we got a few more games to play, and what they said they want to do, and they got the ability to do that. But the thing for me is I want them to go out tonight and to play the best game they ever played in front of our crowd for their senior night, to have a great game against Trigg County High School and solidify this district championship.
Yes, sir.
I just like to say too, we've had all these young men's parents. I had Katie and CT and Janine and Kelly and Casey all home school. That shows how old we're getting. So
we remember when they were born.
Even Trail rode. He doesn't remember this, but he rode my bus when he was in 1st grade. I knew he didn't remember me, but I remember him in the back. And I said, "Who is that?" They said, "Trail." I said, "What? What's that name? I never heard of it before." But anyway, then TT let me know real quick who it was. So, but no, I enjoyed it. We had a big time. That was back in the day when we could handle it. Now we can just run our mouth.
And too, you guys will be graduating. It may be here before you know it. And you got to be looking down the road, what you're going to do in the future. And, I know you got aspirations of extending your education, and of course that's what you're here about, is getting a good education. But have you started making plans for after graduation? Oliver, start with you.
I've had a couple of looks from some schools, and if I happen to get offered, I may attend one of those schools. But if not, I will more than likely go to Western and pursue somewhat of a
excellent choice.
Somewhat of a medical major or something like that.
Kind of like what me and Gates went in medical. We were in medical.
I took physiology. If that's
you can't even spell.
Anatomy and physiology. Trey?
Well, I have some visits to take soon. To take a visit to Louisville, Western, UK, Memphis, and go based off the visits. Try to do look at the things they got from me. And that's really it.
Right now, I got a couple schools looking at me. Yeah, hopefully, I get offered. And if I get offered, I'm gonna go play football. That's always been my dream since we were little. But if not, I'm gonna either go to school or I'm gonna go to the Army.
Good deal. That's a good choice. Travis?
I'm just the oddball here. I'm just gonna probably hit up a community college or something, stick around here and go into a trade or something, and just try to start out.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
Hey, at least you guys got an answer. If they asked us that when we went to school, we had no clue what we were even going to try to do.
You got a plan, and that's the main thing. And hopefully, all 21 of those seniors have the same plan as you four have. And DT and I were both fortunate. We both got scholarships out of high school, and we found out pretty quick. Number one, we thought we were going to play football and go to the next level, but that never materialized. But we did get an education. And, through athletics, it's great that you can extend your education. And I don't know if I'd have been able to go to school. I don't know if my mom and dad would have been able to afford to send me if it hadn't been for athletics. And I was fortunate enough to hang in there long enough to get it, my degree, and go on. And we want to see you guys do the same.
Yeah, one other thing, too, is if you do want to still continue your athletics and go to football or whatever sport, and you think you can go money-wise, if you want to walk on that program, do it. Because when I was at Western and we were lucky enough to go to the championship game, 7 of the guys on our team were walk-ons. They didn't have a scholarship, but they earned it, and they wanted to be a part of it. And the way it sounds is you guys would like to be a part of something. And if you don't get to go to a, quote, UK, that doesn't mean a thing. And you get that little paper with the degree on it, that's what counts. So.
And we've got a player now that's playing at Lindsey Wilson, the Boyd kid, Jalen Boyd, and he's extending his. Hey, football on any level is good, and you can look in the NFL. There's one that played at Kentucky Wesleyan. I think a wide receiver.
Cole from at the Jaguars.
Playing for Jacksonville Jaguars. So. It doesn't mean you can't make it to the next level, even if you go to a smaller college. So it's all about getting the education, and we've been blessed here at Caldwell County. We really have to have as many of our students go on and through athletics and gain some scholarships and especially get a good education. So, and we want to bring you back to the community, so that once you get your education, you come back and raise a family here like we were able to.
Guys, we didn't get to coach you all, but we really feel like we know you. And so whenever we see you and you all see us, just holler. We appreciate it.
That's how it is.
Means a lot.
With everybody in Caldwell County, though. It's like one big family here. Like you see somebody, you gotta wave.
Right. And I know how Coach Barnes and the rest of the coaching staff must feel about you guys. You're very well mannered.
Thank you.
And you're yes sir, no sir type, and that's going to take you a long ways.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you guys coming in, and
appreciate you.
We hate to see you leave. So let's keep enjoying what we're doing and play as many more weeks as we possibly can.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Bill, let's take another break here, and we'll come back and wrap things up. Are you ready?
I'll be ready in just a second.
Yeah.
We'll go to break right now.
With school now underway, do you know if your child is up to date with the new vaccination laws? It is mandatory all children, preschool through high school, be vaccinated against hepatitis A. Students age 16 and older need a booster dose of meningococcal vaccine. Kentucky is facing an outbreak of hepatitis A, and vaccination is the best protection against the disease. The Caldwell County Health Department offers a wide variety of vaccinations to keep the infants, children, and adults protected. So call the health department today at 270-365-6571 to schedule an appointment to discuss what vaccines that you need to stay healthy.
A taste of the Orient and authentic Chinese food awaits you at the Great Wall Chinese Restaurant in Princeton. Enjoy the lunch buffet Monday through Saturday, 11 to 3:30, and the dinner buffet from 3:30 to 9. Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the seafood buffet featuring onion shrimp and frog legs. Be sure to ask for your coupon card. Buy 9 buffets and get 1 free. Dine in or carry out at the Great Wall. Open daily 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Located in the Princeton Plaza off Highway 62, West Princeton.
This Saturday night, Kentucky!